Hey, how's it going?
I'm good.
What do we got?
I have a letter that was written to a fella in my hometown by Congressman James A. Garfield before he was elected president. I have both the letter and the envelope, both hand-signed by him.
Okay.
Up here in the corner where the stamp goes, it's the franking privilege that he invoked, which allowed him to send that for free.
Congressmen get free stamps?
They still do.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I came to the pawn shop today to try to sell my documents that were signed by James A. Garfield when he was a congressman. I'd like to sell this item today because my youngest son lives in Singapore, and I'd like to go visit him, and this will go a long ways to purchasing a ticket. I'd like to get about $3,000. I've been told they're worth from between 4 and 6.
So how did you get it?
I had a friend who traded me for this letter.
Okay. So basically it says, I will send you the agricultural report as soon as possible. Very truly yours.
James A. Garfield.
Yeah. James Garfield, he was a Civil War general, and he was a congressman for a while. He was also considered a pretty gruff guy. James Garfield was one of our shortest serving presidents. He was only in office for around 6 months before he was shot, and then he died a few weeks later. It's really weird. It's like the one president that was assassinated that no one knows that he was assassinated.
Why'd they shoot him?
The guy who shot him, he was basically crazy. Most people say Garfield would have probably survived, but it was the doctors kept on sticking their fingers in the wound trying to find the bullet. 1880s medicine wasn't like anything it is today. Sterilization wasn't fully accepted by doctors yet, so doctors' hands and instruments often caused infections. Back then, surgery could be more deadly than a gunshot.
So what do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it.
Any idea what you want?
I'm hoping for at least $3,000.
The stationery's correct, the ink is correct, the postmark looks right, everything looks right, but the thing is, did he sign it or his secretary?
Back in 1869, Congress didn't have the bloated staffs that they have now. So he got his own mail, he read it, he wrote the replies.
I'm sure Garfield had a secretary. These guys didn't do everything themselves. Remember, most of them were businessmen. So let me get someone in here to check out the signature. If it's real, we'll do something.
Absolutely. I've never had a real expert check it out, but I believe the signature is his and it's real.
How you doing, man?
Great, how you guys doing? Good to see you.
Oh, doing great, man. So this is what I called you about, James A. Garfield, or J.A. Garfield.
Right, okay. The guys usually give me a call when they have questions about certain type of memorabilia, especially autographed memorabilia. Well, Garfield is actually a very interesting guy. I mean, he grew up very poor. He was a major general during the Civil War. He was not even in office an entire year. Well, Rick, you called me, and so obviously you might have some problems with this, or what do you think?
I just assume he's having a secretary take care of all this stuff.
Sure. Well, even though James Garfield's signature is not highly forged, you really got to be careful about it being a secretarial, because you never really know for sure. Well, let's take a look at the details and see what we have. Okay. All right, well, appears to be congressional letterhead. Well, he is signing this particular one, J.A. Garfield, not James A. Garfield, which I'm used to seeing. That could be a sign of a secretarial. Let's see what we have on the envelope. That is also J.A. Garfield. Well, just based upon the evidence of the signature, yeah, there's no doubt that this is not a secretary. This is authentic all the way. Both signatures, excellent. I've seen a secretary of his before, and it doesn't look anything like his. Garfield has a very beautiful signature, very free-flowing. He writes it with a lot of detail, okay, at a high speed. It's dead on.
Oh, great. So what do you think it's worth?
It would be worth more if it was signed while he was president. I'm gonna say probably retail $2,000 to $2,500 is what I think.
Okay.
That's probably fair.
That's really disappointing because a Garfield expert told me it was worth between $4,000 and $6,000.
How much money did he offer you for it?
Well, that was the other part of it. He wasn't interested in buying it.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, man. You're
Okay,
the best.
guys. You bet. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Drew.
Take care. Well, if this would have been signed on White House letterhead while he was president, it would probably be worth double what this particular document's going to be worth.
How much do you want for it?
Well, how about $2,000?
I'll give you $1,000. If it was White House stationery, completely different story.
How about if I split it with you? $1,500.
No, I mean, I could go like $1,200.
Well, I had it hanging on the wall at my business and that, and I think maybe I'll just put it back there.
Okay. I mean, you sure?
Well, can you go any higher?
I'll go $1,250.
Are right, how about 1,300?
Might as well do it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. All right, he'll write you up.
I was really disappointed that when I found out it was only worth up to 2,500, but I think I negotiated a fair deal, and I'm happy with my 1,300.